Good morning, my plant-loving friends. Welcome to your Daily Plant Pulse, a podcast-styled series rooted in my deep fascination with plants. Here, plants go through a plant pulse research protocol where we uncover fascinating insights from scientific studies and share them with you. All studies I review are sourced in the description. I'm not a doctor, just someone who loves to research plants and present what I find. Our 9-part series takes you from an introduction to the plant through amazing studies and even an occasional bonus episode. Be sure to check out our Plant Pulse playlist where all of our episodes on all plants will be. And when a plant profile review is complete, explore our Living Library playlist for an in-depth consolidated review. We dig deep into history, forgotten studies, and untold stories so plants can have a voice and their story can be told. Welcome to episode 5, where we explore the potential medicinal value of plants. We'll provide the overview of their key active compounds and how their effects have been observed in the body. Keep an eye out for follow-ups to these episodes as the medicinal value of plants is an evolving field. Updates will appear in the format of 5.1, 5.2, and so on for various plant species. So let's get digging. So today we're going to be diving into a brief overview of the medicinal world of Dioscorea yams, also called wild yams. This plant has been celebrated for centuries for its anti-inflammatory and metabolic benefits. And modern research is starting to show us how it might support health across multiple body systems. The medicinal power of Dioscorea comes from a few key compounds. Diosgenin, a magical compound, a plant steroid that helps calm inflammation and reduce cell damage caused by free radicals. Steroidal saponins, plant chemicals that support metabolism, liver health, and may even play a role in stopping cancer cell growth. And then polysaccharides. These are complex plant sugars that feed healthy gut bacteria and help slow digestion for steadier blood sugar levels. Think of these compounds as the plant's toolbox for supporting inflammation, metabolism, and overall cell health. So how do these compounds actually work in the body? Let's break it down step by step. Diosgenin blocks pathways in cells that trigger inflammation and oxidative stress. That's on the cellular and molecular level. The compounds basically move to help protect the liver and support kidney function. This results in improving cholesterol levels and regulating blood sugar. That's on your organ and system level. Combined, these effects can reduce overall inflammation, which is a bodily response to stress. It supports metabolic balance, enhances immune function, and even supports brain health in early research models. Think of your body as being in a relaxed state when it's getting diosgenin, because it basically takes it out of survival mode in a lot of ways. And one thing we don't want is our body to be in survival mode. A whole cascade of events happen when our bodies are reacting and in a state of fear. So here's a quick overview of what studies have found that I've ran across. Most of these are preclinical studies done in cells or animals, but they give us valuable insight. So let's talk about what yams actually do inside your body, because they're not just starch bombs or folklore remedies, they're biochemical powerhouses. First, inflammation. Whether it's joint pain or irritation or chronic stress, yams have been shown to reduce key inflammation markers. That's why they're often used in traditional remedies for arthritis and digestive flare-ups. Next, antioxidants. Think of yams as a natural shield, neutralizing free radicals before they damage your cells, especially the purple-fleshed varieties, which are loaded with anthocyanins. Now, here's where it gets metabolic. Yams slow down the digestion of carbohydrates, which means fewer blood sugar spikes after meals. Early studies, both human and lab, suggest they may help regulate insulin and glucose levels. Your liver? Protected. Yams support antioxidant defenses in liver cells and may help prevent damage from toxins or oxidative stress. Your heart? Also supported. Yams improve cholesterol profiles and may reduce arterial damage, making them a quiet ally in cardiovascular health. And yes, there's anti-cancer potential. Lab studies show yam compounds can slow the growth of certain cancer cells. But let's be clear, this is not a proven treatment for humans. It's a promising lead, not a cure. Brain health. Animal studies suggest yams may support memory and reduce inflammation in the brain. That's neuroprotection in action. Immune system activated. Yams stimulate immune cells and show antimicrobial activity against some bacteria and fungi in lab models. Your kidneys? Here's where it gets nuanced. Some studies show protective effects. Others show toxicity, depending on how the yam is prepared and what kind of yam. This is why traditional knowledge and modern testing must work together. And finally, gut health. Yams contain resistant starch and polysaccharides that feed beneficial gut bacteria. That means better digestion, better nutrient absorption, and more resilient microbiome. So when we say yams are beneficial, we're not just talking folklore. We're talking inflammation, metabolism, immunity, and more, backed by science and tradition. So let's bring it down to earth. How can you actually use Dioscorea yams in your life? Not just in theory, but in practice. First, the simplest way is to eat them. When you include yams in your meals, whether roasted, steamed, or blended into soups, you're tapping into their anti-inflammatory and metabolic benefits. This isn't just tradition. It's supported by early studies showing how yam compounds interact with blood sugar and inflammation markers. Keep in mind, there is an issue with bioavailability, and we're going to get into that a little later on, but one thing I want to include in this particular episode is fermentation actually helps unlock bioavailability in yams and their compounds. Next is supplements. Some extracts from Dioscorea species are used for liver support or metabolic balance. But let's be clear, the evidence here is still preliminary. These aren't miracle pills. They're part of an evolving conversation between traditional use and modern science. I do find it odd that there aren't more human studies, though. We'll talk about that more later. And finally, the frontier is research. Scientists are actively exploring how yam compounds might support brain health, slow cancer cell growth, and help manage chronic diseases. These are lab studies, not clinical treatments, but they're opening doors to new possibilities. So whether you're cooking with them, experimenting with extracts, fermenting them, or following the science, Dioscorea yams offer more than folklore. They're a living link between ancestral wisdom and modern discovery. To sum it up, Dioscorea yams are rich in diosgenin, saponins, and polysaccharides, giving them potential anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, metabolic, liver, heart, immune, neuroprotective, gut support properties. While most research is preclinical, this plant shows fascinating potential for supporting overall health. That's a wrap on today's Plant Pulse. Thank you for joining this journey into the healing power of plants. Every time we uncover a plant's medicinal potential, we deepen our connection to nature and our own well-being. I'm so grateful to explore this knowledge with you, so thank you for joining me. Please share your thoughts in the comments. What surprised you, or what would you like to learn about in future episodes? If you're enjoying this exploration, please like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications so you won't miss what's next. We're just getting started, and until next time, let every discovery nourish both knowledge and life. And the pulse continues.